Oh,
Is it okay for us to take an iron person only?
we'll discuss this with the CAP right now because usually elimination round does not allow teams to iron person.
Thank you very much for the suggestion.
While waiting for the confirmation, do we have Ari and Muhammad from Satwa Palembang?
Yes, we are here.
Thank you. Falkahi and Fadil from Dua Bengkulu.
We're complete.
Thank you. And which means all teams Sekretari Fakira and Iza. Fakira and Iza, just to confirm, ini yang tadi ada yang sakit bukan?
No.
Oh, sorry, it's the other team ya, Zikri and Tarik yang okay. Fakira and Iza, are you complete?
Yes, we're here.
Thank you. So while we're waiting for that, we're sorry for this mistake. Okay, so we have just got a confirmation from the Edge Corps since there are no other alternatives, i.e. there are no other school teams that could be that could replace the team that cannot be complete in the finals. So for Zikri and Tariq, for these circumstances alone, the Edge Corps and the organizing committee are making exceptions, allowing your team to iron person in the finals. So is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the information.
Yep. Then without further ado, we are going to start randomizing everyone's position. So starting from the high school break, it's not generated yet. It's generating in 1, 2, 3. So in the high school grand final of BDRT 2021, Fakira and Iza from Satu Palembang will be opening government. Falkahi and Fadil from SMAN 2 Bengkulu will be opening opposition. Ari and Muhammad from SMAN 1 Palembang will be closing government. And Zikri and Tariq will be closing opposition. So giving everyone around 20-30 seconds to take notes of their positions in the grand final round. Yep. I presume there are no questions. Everyone is clear with their positions in the finals. Moving on to the varsity category of BDRT 2021. So yeah, it has not been generated yet. It still had a high school category. Running the draw. Okay, so in the varsity finals of BDRT 2021, we are going to have Bina Darma, Yani, and Ahmad in the opening government. We are going to have UMY, Aufa, and Korenusa in opening opposition. We are going to have Selin and Ken from Atmajaya Jakarta in closing government. And in the closing opposition, we are going to have Rachel and Muhammad Farkan from Universitas Gajah Mada. Giving everyone 20 to 30 seconds to take notes of their positions. Cool. If there are no further inquiries regarding the position, giving it to the HCOR to announce the motion for both finals. HCOR, over to you.
All right. Check, am I audible?
Yep, you're audible, Randy.
Okay, cool. Or can you help me sharing this? Okay, cool. So first of all, we're going to announce the grand final motion for the high school category. I assume all teams are here, yeah? So for the high school category, we will be talking about, as the teacher suggested, the same heading with the open pre-grand final round. We will be talking about law. There is context slide in this motion. So please take a screenshot and take quite some time to read the info slide, yeah? After a context background story between X and Y, X finally decided to kill Y on the day X has planned since 1 year ago. X successfully killed Y during that night in the middle of heavy rain. After the execution, X ran home and planned to hide as long as they can. Right before X arrived to their house, X was hit by a very strong and big lightning, causing X to lose their memory completely, yet still alive. In the next morning, the police has found that X killed Y. I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to read the info slide. And if you have any question, feel free to unmute yourself. Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. All right, no questions. The motion reads, this house would prosecute X. The time now 15.34 waktu Indonesia Barat. We're gonna start the debate 15.49. Good luck everyone. Have an enjoyable round. Akbar, giving to you for announcing open grand final motion.
Okay, thank you, Randy. So for the Varsity Grand Final, we're gonna talk about something that's different. So the topic will be human being. So there's no context slide. The motion reads, this house regret the human capacity for self-deception, e.g. having an unrealistically positive or negative view of yourself and your relation, or rationalizing away evidence that is inconvenient for you. Time right now is 3:34. Okay, 3:35. We will start at 3:50. Is there any question? Going once. Going twice. Okay, cool. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, HCORs. There will be no breakout room for the Varsity Finals. Varsity Finals will be debating in the main room while we are currently preparing a breakout room for the high school finals. Good luck and have a great debate, everyone.
Battery 80%.
Hi everyone, time is up. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, cool. Just gonna do a quick roll call for the teams. Is opening government here?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, opening opposition. Opening up. Okay, closing off. Closing government. Closing up.
We are
Yes,
here.
we're here for closing
Closing
opposition.
government.
Okay, closing up is here. Opening opposition. Are you there? Opening up Bengkulu.
Yes,
Dua Bengkulu.
we are
Okay.
complete.
CG, satu Palembang.
Yes, we're here. CG.
Okay, cool. Everyone is here. Quick judge roll call. Mbak Astrid, are you there?
Present.
Okay. Tani,
Here.
Ramade.
I am here.
Okay, cool. So everyone is here. Without further ado, call upon the Prime Minister. Samsharsh.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tatiana Sabina. Today, I am as the Prime Minister. Strongly agree with this motion that is this House would prosecute X.
Hello, PM. You're muted.
I'm sorry.
Hi. Can you start your speech now?
Okay, from the story, we know that X killed Y because he has motivation to do that. He did it on perfect condition. That means X will really want to kill Y. So if we release X, it means the victims or Y doesn't get injustice. However, the law exists in this world to judge something that is not fair. For example, is this case. From the start, we know that X has planned to kill Y. The memory loss had nothing to do with the victim or Y. So it's not fair to why is his death is left alone because of something that has nothing to do with him. That's why we really support for X to be prosecuted. If it's not followed up, there will be many negative things that happen. For example, crime is increasing. People take FL for granted. Even though X killed him and he lost his memory, he is still a murderer. if information spreads that the killer is not punished because he has memory loss, many people will think that the murder law is not strict and feel like everyone can kill people and then use the excuse of forgetfulness and other reasons. Therefore, my argument is, one, why it is important, because rather than not punishing him at all and causing negative impact, it is better to punish X according to what he did. He killed people. The way is, maybe the punishment can be reduced, but it doesn't really eliminate him, because we understand that X don't really want to lose his memory, and nobody want to X to lose his memory. Second is results of this action. People will feel that the law in the country is no loose. Everything has its impact, wherever the reason it is. So in this example, in these simple things that we can really see the effect of if we don't take prosecute for X. Okay, that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, PM. Now call upon the leader of opposition.
Audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Okay, I will start speak. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. A killer and forgot about their memories because medis were medis or something or like X. It's not relevant. It's not relevant to crime with way like you said, and then every country must check way about medis that people really forgot about their memories like X, and then it's cannot crime because every country must check about their medis, and then it's forgot about all and how we try to give them love, and then if based on evidence he's really forgot and then really forgot about their memories, and then it's not good for them for the future, and then because they don't know what they do, and then when you forgot about everything and don't know about everything, and then you get a punishment, and then it will make mental health, and then make her a friend not maybe will confuse what is this, and then how, and then if forget like that, it's not really good about his mental, and then there is some law is law, but there is some case where law has to be adapted with condition, and then this condition X didn't want it, but it's do because of that, and then this is same like X don't want about this, and then do you know there is case Thomas Carr is preparator and really forgot about memories, but government in a place have take back about this problem, because they really have evidence. If they not do act, it's really because of that, and because of something there is problem with that, and then if we try to give X punishment, it's not relevant, and it's not relevant, but it's not good, and then in the future, and then they mental health or something like that. And I will tell you the idea of but I'll tell you idea of accident. If there is accident in a case whereas they have problem, and then they have incident, we cannot try to punish them like the above case. We cannot try to give him punishment, and then because of it will make them not have good mental, and then look at them how we will give them punishment. They don't know about everything, and then it's like a new person in this world, and then you give them a punishment. It's not them class. They must give how we tried. I think that's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for that fine speech. Now call upon the Deputy Prime Minister, Samshosh.
Am I audible?
Yep, you're audible.
Okay, so I will start my speech. In 3, 2, 1. So, based on the case that we received earlier, which is X killed by Y and X loses memory, and it is justified to prosecute X or not? So before coming to my argument, I would like to rebut some of the argument from the opposition team. Okay. They say that you can't say that according to the medic, because of the losses memory of X, it is not relevant. But the fact that X already killed Y, you can't deny that. Because, yes, even if he loses his memory, we can deny that the fact X already killed Y. And they also said that they said that it is not good for X future. Let's say that's the worst case scenario. But if you say it is not good for X future, what about Y future? They didn't have another future. And why don't you concern about Y's family? They lost a person because he was killed. And it's also that is a fact that it will be also unfair for Y that X is not punished. And you cannot say that it's unfair for X because he lost his memory, because Y is already dead. And also they said that it will cause confusion, like X doesn't know anything. But we can look at why we uplift this case, because it's a murder case. And we can show the evidence that X has already killed Y, so that he know what he's done before his memory loss. And he said, yeah, he's a new person, but X is still X, and he is, no thank you, and he is still a person who is killed Y. Okay, so now moving to my argument. First of all, we cannot deny that X has killed Y. The fact that someone else loses their lives because of someone, which is X, is an unforgiven crime. Y is gone, and it is so unfortunate for Y and for other people in Y's life. It is because for someone to commit such heavy crime, it has to be punished with an equal or also heavy punishment. They even killed someone who committed killing in another country, which is in the case in Saudi Arabia, because it has to be unequal for what's doing and for what is to be done, and or even a whole life punishment like living behind bars, because we are talking about a killer, ladies and gentlemen. A killer is a very dangerous person that can just let roaming free by in the society. And that's why we are going to move to my second argument, that his action in the first place is unforgivable. We cannot simply just uplift his doing because X is still X. He's still the same person. If this person is able to kill in the first place, then how can you guarantee that he's not going to do another murder? Even if he already loses his memory, you can't guarantee that he will not done another crime because X is still X, whether he loses his memory or not. And I think losing memory is just an excuse to uplift X's crime, because the fact that he committed the crime in the first place, we cannot deny it. For example, you eat a cake in the morning, then at tomorrow you just forget that you had a cake. But we can't say that the cake is still there, because the cake is gone and we just forget about it. We can deny that fact. So I think memory for the losses memory is just some excuses to uplift the crime from the X. But yes, you could there's that say that X we know that X doesn't really choose to lose his memory, but he still committed the crime. And that's why for a mechanism, perhaps we could reduce the punishment for X, but still, because he is the one who take other person's life, then as the government team, we are strongly agree to prosecute X as an equal punishment. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you for the fine speech. Now call upon Deputy Leader of Opposition, Prime Minister.
Yes, excuse me, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I would like to begin in 3, 2, 1. Although the government team have brought some compelling points, we do have to stress that X is a killer who has 100% lost his memories because of a medical reason or an accident. X cannot change anything in his past and for the crimes he has committed. But it is also quite, how should we say? It's quite useless to judge someone who doesn't have any recollection or guilt for a crime they did not even remember. We would like to say also that Y is gone, but how are we going to judge someone who cannot really feel guilt? Someone who has forgotten 100% on what they have done in the past. There's also this thing that government said X is still X, he will still be able to kill. We cannot guarantee that. There is a chance that X will not kill anymore. Someone you might know might also have the chance to kill. We cannot make such statements without any considerable fact. Everyone has a chance to kill if are given or if they are willing to commit to such atrocities. And for this case, X's memory loss or amnesia, it is not an act, so it doesn't mean that it will be uplifted for this case because it is some excuse for X to be free. No, it will be uplifted because it is proven that X has lost his memory. There are evidence and there are a scenario in this exact motion that proves that X is not acting to forget what he has done. I would like to bring some points now. If we do uplift the sentence from X's sentence, it will not affect the crime rate that significantly. Because for you to be, if you want a sentence to be uplifted with the premonition of a memory loss, it has to be proven that your memory loss is actually true and not an act. It should be tested through a brain scan or a CT scan, or at least some sort of other medical research. I would also say that if we did put X behind bars with the same kind of sentence before he lost his memory, it will instead just cause X to have more distress because he cannot recall anything he has done before. I would like to also compare that. If we uplift X's sentence, we can still demand X to give some sort of condolence to Y's family or anyone that is associated or affiliated to Y. It is no use if we just force some sort of sentence if the law needs to prove that someone is guilty. Meanwhile, they don't have any guilt in their heart. We would like to also compare that. If X's sentences was uplifted, compared to what we have stated if he was actually sentenced, there will be at least a middle ground for both parties of Y's affiliates and X himself. There is other options such as what's it called? There are options such as rehabilitation to make sure that X doesn't follow suit with what he has done in his past. And that is why we in the opening opposition team believe that X's sentence should be uplifted. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for that fine speech. Now call upon member of government to start the closing calls. I'm sure.
Okay. Am I audible, sir?
Yep, you're audible.
Okay. I'm gonna start my speech at 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, like the background we have seen today's motion, as we know that X finally decided to kill Y. After planning the murder for a year before, and then X ran away to his house, and unexpectedly he was struck by lightning, which resulted in him completely forgetting his memory. But X stayed alive. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, when X decided to kill Y, X has been planning to kill Y since a year ago. And as we all know, the premeditated murder is a serious crime in the eyes of the law, as well as premeditated murder committed by X. Serious crimes like that carry heavy penalties and can be subject to multiple layers of punishment. Because a part of committing murder, which is basically murder, it can be punished severely with the act of planning a murder since last year. I can see that our current status quo is the discovery of X as a killer with a completely lost memory. And our stance is for letting the responsible party prosecute X. And ladies and gentlemen, our first argument for support for the prosecute X is there must be a strong evidence left by the X. After the X decided to kill Y, and he ran away to his house, and definitely we can say it must be a strong evidence left by X. And the evidence, we use this to prosecute X. Let's do you. And for example, if someone had to do crime and he lost his memories, in the eye of law is always the murderer, because of the evidence left by him. And my second argument is the crime that X do to do Y is a serious crime, and the law is still the law. No matter if he have a completely amnesia or something, by the evidence we can prosecute X. And we as the government team strongly allow to the police to prosecute X. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for that speech. Now call upon the member of top.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, and all of the judges that present today. Before I begin my own speech, I want to rebut from what the member of the government just stated before. It was said that no matter how we see, there was evidence that showing that X was the killer, and that could be used to prosecute X, no matter what he did, no matter what no matter, even though X was already have an amnesia, it's still, no matter how we say it was irrelevant, because if we want to arrest X because of this killing, with the basic using the evidence. No matter how we see it, the X that was right now couldn't even remember anything that he was done before. We could say he was a new person right now. So no matter how we say it, if we just give the if we just prosecute X and he was given the punishment, he will just become he or she will become just confused about it. And for my to make it more clearer, just like we see in the background, that X was killing Y after 1 year ago. Actually, we could say that this if X was not forgot anything about this, X was supposed to be punished hardly because of this case. But we now found the fact that X was already forgot all about this. So if we want to if they want to prosecute X, we as the negative team believe that the statement was not true, because no matter how we said it, that at first we could see that X was already forgot everything that he had done before. So is it humane for us to persecute someone that have already forgot all of the crime that he already done? I'm sure it was not humane. So now, if we with that said, it was irrelevant for us to arrest or prosecute X because he was couldn't even remember anything of it. Just like you said before that it was if we say that what we think about the X future, I think it was of course we could say that the Y future was already gone because of X, but the future that the X hold right now was different than the X that was before. The X that was right now didn't even know anything, even maybe we could say anything about themselves. We could say that of course the people the police maybe could say that have already checked the police or the medic have already checked that whether the X is already forgot about everything or not. But I'm sure that if they already found it was that he or she didn't even remember anything, so it will become irrelevant if we're talking about the future. So I'm sure that the law must be more persuasive more than we force the law to punish X because he was killing Y after he already forgot all about it. So our purpose in here is to outlive the punishment of X, because no matter how we see it, it was inhumane for us to put X that was have already forgotten everything to be punished, no matter what kind of the punishment, maybe it was execution and many other more. And I said in my argument, I would say that why we are going to outlive the punishment of X. Ladies and gentlemen, just like what I was explained before, that X was already forgot everything. He didn't even remember, even if that he left the evidence, no matter where we found it. He didn't even remember who is Y. He didn't even remember who is himself. And if we put them in there, maybe we could say, if we put them in jail, for an example, they will going to be confused, and maybe even the more problem we could find, he will be in a very mental state, the dangerous mental state. Maybe you could find him to become more dangerous than we think before. And for an example too, if we execute them, isn't it inhuman for us to do it? Just like what I stated in there, that it was really inhuman. Just like what our friend in the government said before, that in the opposition said before, that of course we the one that is most responsible, the police and the medic must already have checked everything about them, whether that was clearly their only act or not. So it was and once again it was for the second argument, this case was a different cases from if we talk about that if the culprit that killing someone was getting an accident. For an example, we could say that if someone get in an accident after they kill someone, like maybe if they get hit by a car, they get hit by something and anything but like that, and they were injured, they're still going to have a punishment. And it was just the difference is they are waited until they were successfully healed. But it will become a different cases if they forgot about if they got amnesia, because if they forgot about it, just like I stated in before, they will become more confused. So if we, even though we wanted to wait for him to wait until he remember everything, we didn't even know it. Maybe will be taking long, and maybe we didn't even realize that that person, that X, have already passed away. So I believe that that was all of my argument that I could say. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks for that speech. Now call upon the
output. Am I audible, sir?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, 1, and start. First of all, I'm gonna rebuttal from one of the opposition said that what if the X is lost their memory? All right, so nowadays there are many therapeutic methods to restore the memory, although probably the result may not be perfect. But as we know, and what is the clear, is something like this will restore the memories that have been lost for a long time, or maybe in just one day. The goal is none other than just to restore the memories that have been lost before. All right, we're coming to my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, as the introductions, I'm gonna adding something that we have to punish the X. We know that X has lost of his memories, including his memories of last night, that killing Y. Ladies and gentlemen, as I know that murder is the person or something that kills and murder the person. It is the acting or the thing of killing. An act that can be said to be murder can be did by anyone. While the victim is someone who has been hurt, probably mentally or physically, regardless of the context. Ladies and gentlemen, we are human beings who really need a justice for all levels of society. Therefore, we clearly say that we support to prosecute the acts. Here is my opinion as a government team. First one is because every human being has a self-respect, sense of humanity, conscience, or even a self-confidence to all other humans. Especially when we see that X has planned to officially want to kill Y sadistically in the last 1 year. This is clearly enough from a legal perspective to support that X must be punished, regardless of whether he is disabled, paralyzed, or probably has a loss of memory. Even if we look in Indonesia, example is Indonesia, that even a person with a mental health can also be arrested and processed under the eye of law, because after all of the offender is still a suspect of a criminal act. Plus, in some of prison facilities that almost every prisons provides some mental hospital facilities or a place for rehabilitations to perfect the essence of forgotten memory. So if X has been imprisoned, then we already have facilities in the health sector to help the memories of the suspect. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you may think that if we punishing a person who has been injured or lost his memory is violates the human rights. But again, in the concept of worthy love, and as I know, then it's better for a suspect to be given the same punishment as the victim. We also came up from a second argument that this is confirmed that the X had planned to kill the victim 1 year earlier. This has already shown that violation of the norms of life in the society. Especially for those of you who live in Indonesia, as far as I learned in the school, we got a law based on the UUD 1945 that, which is more or less, anyone who takes the life of another must be threatened like the victim with the death penalty or imprisonment for life or for certain period. It could be said that X must be punished as same as Y, or probably based on the institutional of the police. We also reflect on the side of Y's family, where we shoot against anyone who has taken the life of our family. Imagining if your loved one, someone you loved, suddenly lost your family because of someone else. So were you going to stay silent or even let go of that person? And also the police or local authorities have obtained strong evidence that X must be the suspect and the what can I say? And the mastermind of all of this. It is strongly clear that the X must be punished properly. But regardless of what this punishment will be like, what is clear is that we know human will first secure the X for the safekeeping to prevent him repeating the same actions because of his lost memory. Despite the many flashbacks that are so complex, this means that X remained as long as he was before killing Y. This is strongly believed that this is why we believe that X must be punished. So I'm here with my partner, completely support and agree with his motions. That's what can I say? We can prosecute the X. Thank you.
Thank you for that speech. Now call upon the next speaker. Time is yours.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm going to make it become clearer. First, I will rebut from what the government have said before, that we maybe could find that there are some of the mental hospitalization or maybe mental for the mental state culprit that they have done crime, but is it really could have the possibility that those person could return their memories, and even if we could say they regain their memories, doesn't it become will we once more again persecute him for the second time? And also, if we could say that if we put that X within those facility, will he as the new person thinking that he already feel sorry for what he did? I'm sure it's not, because just like I stated once again, that X that was right now was a different person, and maybe with the possibility that they have already seen a different thing. So and also I would like to summarize all of that we have already said, that we believe that the medic and the responsibility teams party like police have already checked that whether X was only taking an act or did he really lost his memory. So we could say that, and the next we know that we have already stated that X was a different person right now. He think the different thing, and we state once again that it was very inhuman for us to persecute X and giving him a punishment where he or she was right now didn't even know what he did or what she did before that, whether he really did plan or not. And like what we once more again state that even though that X have already planned about this about how to kill Y 1 year ago, it was X in the past that have already gone, that that was not maybe there's not within our reach anymore. We didn't even know whether those acts that have been done it will be returned or not. And so as this all of this point that we have been said before that we have already been stated, we stand the negative team proudly stand here and believe that we wouldn't persecute X because he didn't even know and remember all about everything that had been done, and he or she right now was a different person. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, so thank you for that speech. So thank you guys for the debate. You can go back to the main hall for further instruction from the organizing committee and judges. Can you please move to the room 2, breakout room, so we can deliberate there. Thank you.